all these trans men that I see so many videos of just like bulking, cutting, now I'm doing this. I got into that and it was so toxic. My name is Ashton Colby, and you found this video because you are a person who wants to learn more about transgender experience from a transgender person that goes beyond just talking about the physical changes. On this channel, we talk about not only the physical aspects of transition, because I've been transitioning for over 5 years now, but we also talk about the emotional, intellectual, spiritual, all that side of it. We've got guided meditations, and I'm getting my yoga certification, so healing from trauma with all of those beautiful aspects of the body being so important, but not the only important part of transition. So if you haven't already, subscribe, and let's get to it. On all the stories that I hear about transgender men, I rarely hear them talking about the really pressure to be buff and ripped and fit into this really hyper masculine stereotype. And only in the last year, I'll say trigger warning here, this video is going to be talking about eating disorders and things like that, but only in the last year have I really began to allow myself to identify as a transgender man, transmasculine person, who also just happens to be recovering from an eating disorder. I'm in a place now where I feel really comfortable with my body, so much more than I ever have in my entire life, and I feel like I'm in a really good place, so I can share this pretty openly, unlike maybe previous times. But if you've followed maybe my channel for a while, if you go back to maybe 2015, I was actually about 165 pounds, and a lot of it was muscle. I was eating a ton, eating more than I should, eating like 4 chicken breasts in one meal and chugging 2 protein shakes a day and all this crap, and spending 2.5 hours in the gym. And that was about 3 years on testosterone. And before I had transitioned, I was like 115, 120 pounds, and I was like really hyper feminine and did beauty pageants and all that. And so I was skinny, and then I thought to feel safer in my body, I had to put on all this weight as much as I could, as fast as I can, and developed an eating disorder in the way that I was just shoveling food down myself, just trying to bulk up and get as big as I could. And then on the flip side, you know, I then, in the process of gaining a lot of weight, was like, okay, now I gotta lean out. You know, this whole bulking and cutting thing that's glorified, and you know, there's a lot of transgender men that are glorified for being bodybuilders, and that's amazing. And if that's healthy for you, I love working out, I love going to the gym, I actually love all those things. I actually love protein shakes. But the problem is that in the media, they're really uplifted as being like the best version of being trans, like, because they're now this like bodybuilder hyper masculine thing. And I thought the way for me to serve more people in my community, because I know I've always wanted to be you know, a leader, to just share my experience and things like that. And I've always felt like I had a lot to contribute, but then I also felt in order to get that platform, I had to do what they were doing, which was get bigger. But then as getting bigger and getting safer in my body, as I felt, I had to get leaner and get shredded and everything and have a six-pack and all of that. And I'm sure, and why I'm sharing this, I'm sure that a lot of I can't even imagine, you know, I didn't even know I was trans when I was 15 or 16, but I can imagine the impact of seeing those people as role models, and feeling like that's how you have to be, is big and shredded, and in order to have an impact on this community and grab a platform and all of that, and or whatever, even if you don't want that, just to feel more of a man or whatever, you have to do that. And so, um, through an unlikely chain of events through insurance and all other crap that I'll get into later in other videos, I had to get off testosterone. It was partially kind of the universe just kind of pushing me off, just saying, you know what, you've been on for like almost 3.5 years, 4 years, you're really buff and everything like that, and you're still like not fulfilled. Um, let's see how you survive without testosterone. So in the process of getting off testosterone, I lost about 30 pounds of muscle because I was off testosterone for about a year. I'm getting back on testosterone, but through that process, in the leaning down aspect of it, over, going from like 2015 to 2016, I definitely like did not eat as much as I should have. Going from eating a ton to not eating as much as I should have to get leaner. And then now, I'm really focusing on just food that makes me feel good. Like, not as much sugar, not just trying to just eat everything that's not glued down. Just eating when I'm hungry, listening to my body. Not this yo-yoing, bulking, cutting crap that I think is so, like, it hurts me in my chest. And of all these trans men that I see so many videos of just, like, bulking, cutting, now I'm doing this, and, like, I'm just like, that is just so, I got into that, and it was so toxic for me to go up and down and with my weight and just trying to gain weight and then trying to cut down. And it is just be mindful of the impact psychologically of what that has. And right now I'm on the process of just eating nutrient dense food when I'm hungry, eating a balance of carbs and protein and fats, and not trying to just be all tons of protein, maybe a little bit of carbs, like no fat, or a lot of fat and a lot of protein, no carbs, and all these tricks that people try to make with diet. And it's really about just finding a balance. I mean, that's the message of everything in this channel, is like, when it comes down to it, the expression of yourself, your emotional, physical, spiritual, intellectual, like, it's all just, you have to find an ease and a balance. And there's not enough narratives, not enough displaying of beautiful narratives that go beyond this. Like, you have to be so body focused, so muscle focused when you get on testosterone and get as ripped as you can. And I want to be real about that somebody who, like, I don't want you to perceive, my transition as much as it's been on people.com and today.com and all that crap, as being this, like, before and after beauty pageant to, like, muscle person. Like, how much I internalized that as, like, and I realized how fucked up that is, and how much we have to change the narratives about trans people around it being beyond the body. And so me just, like, being real about my own healing process when it comes to what I now am identifying as an eating disorder, and just recovering from that. And that's why I'm doing my yoga certification, eating more plant-based food, just eating what feels good, paying attention to my vitamins, my electrolytes, just focusing on being healthier versus just the outward crap. So if any of this resonates with you, I am on this channel going to continue even more in 2008. I have so many juicy projects that I am working on with so many other great trans people that I really encourage you to subscribe if any of this is resonating with you, because it is really beyond time that we as a community talk about things beyond the physical aspects of transition, and looking at the physical aspects and the physical changes as a catalyst, but the happiness, the goal, the end, the juiciness, that's you gotta uncover so many other things. So let's get real and crack stuff open. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that. My email is below. And until next time, stay awesome. Leave your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. If this resonates with you, if you've had similar experiences, if you're worried about maybe what you see, or maybe you have positive body things and affirmations and tips or things that you want to share about your experience, about feeling more comfortable and safe in your body, let me know what you're thinking. I read everything and I love you. So stay awesome, because you already are awesome. And until next time, again, stay awesome. That's all you gotta do. Just stay awesome.